Hello everybody, this is Goofsome Fox coming at you with a 450 cost rated match here in the Gelgoog Cannon. We're going to be on City Ruins for this match here, and yeah, making another video on another Gelgoog here, since I've really been on a roll with that. First it was the Shores Gelgoog, then it was Gelgoog VG, and now we're moving on to the Gelgoog Cannon, which yeah, I guess I kind of, filled out the trinity there, went from raid to general to support, so very funny circumstance there, but, yeah, really have just been trying to play some of these Gelgoog variants, some of the older ones that I haven't used in a while, since, the Gelgoogs in general are just a pretty fun series of mobile suits in GBO2. They're all kind of unique in their own way, so it is nice to just try them out after all this time. Even the Gelgoog Cannon here, which is yeah, unfortunately a pretty flawed support these days, which is something I'll get into here, but, yeah, the Gelgoog Cannon is a native 450 cost support. It goes all the way up to 650 at level 5, and, you got a pretty alright arsenal of weapons here. You do have the high mobility Gelgoog rocket launcher as your main primary, and that's also the only primary that this Gelgoog can equip. You don't have access to the beam rifle or any other type of bazooka. You also have a beam Naginata, which is the same beam Naginata used by most Gelgoog variants. You have that big shoulder beam cannon there, which fires a pretty powerful beam blast. It is stop to fire, and it does take up your full, overheat when you use it, so gotta wait for it to cool down after every use, but still carries quite a punch if you're able to land it on most generals. And then you have an ARM 3-tube missile launcher, and yeah, really for skills, high performance radar level 2, high performance scope level 2, observational data link frontline support system. You do have enhanced tackle with this suit, apparently. I did not know you had enhanced tackle, very interesting thing to have here. Unfortunately not going to be very useful against this Zagak here. It doesn't look like it did a whole lot of damage, but you also have leg buffers as well, which is something that the Gelgoog High Mobility type VG lacks, something that I hope that suit will get in the future if they decide to buff it, but yeah, you do have that with the Gelgoog Cannon here, and yeah, again, really nothing too stand outish for skills. There's a lot of the, I would say, standard support skills on the suit, not really anything that really I think needs to be highlighted with the suit, but yeah, the Gelgoog Cannon unfortunately is just not in the best place right now, and really I don't think it was in the best place to begin with. I think this is something I've talked about before when I previously discussed the Gelgoog Cannon in a much older video, that I really felt like the suit needed some type of help, and as far as I'm aware, I don't think they've really done anything with the Gelgoog Cannon here, which is really a shame. There are some good things about the Gelgoog Cannon, especially the beam cannon on the shoulder. As I mentioned, it does pack quite a punch to generals. Let's see, firing at the Gundam here. Unfortunately, they got caught in the clash there, so not able to register the cannon, but I believe against the enemy team's camper, I do like over 5,000 damage, I believe, somewhere around that. It might be over 4,000. I don't remember. We'll probably see it a bit here when I land the shots on the general. It is usually somewhere around that range, though. At least that's what I've gotten for this cost. I believe for higher costs I've gotten higher damage with the cannon, but yeah, the cannon itself is pretty good. As I mentioned, it is a stop-to-fire weapon, which does make sense. I'm not really against the whole this needing to stop the fire, but you do have that 100% overheat, which means you do have to wait for it to cool down when you use it. And when you are waiting for that cooldown, that is going to leave you with the rocket launcher and the ARM missile launcher. And yeah, the ARM missile launcher really doesn't do anything. I'm not sure. I mean, aside from just doing a little bit of extra ballistic damage, I'm really not sure what advantage there even is to using the ARM missile launcher. I'm not even sure if it's capable of getting accumulation stagger. I have not seen it get accumulation. Maybe I just haven't hit all the missiles. Maybe you have to use all of them, but yeah, really I don't see much use in the ARM missile launcher aside from you're firing it in between your rocket launcher or your beam cannon. And then the rocket launcher itself is okay. The only real flaw with the high mobility rocket launcher is I believe it has one of these shorter ranges for the bazooka weapons, so you don't have the same range that you usually would have with other similar weapons, unfortunately. But I mean, I guess the Gelgoog Cannon is not really meant to be a super long-range suit. Like, maybe the intention was for it to be a bit more of a midliner with, you know, the bazooka, the missile pod, and the cannon, you know, how those weapons kind of work. But, yeah, unfortunately, as I said, it's just not the best suit, which I really don't want to bash on the Gelgoog Cannon, because I love the Gelgoog Cannon, like, as a suit. Like, just in general, like, when it comes to the Gelgoog Cannon, I have the high-grade, Gelgoog model kit, and, like, I really like to keep it in the Gelgoog Cannon configuration. That's my favorite form to keep it in. Something that if Bandai made a revive of the Gelgoog, I have a feeling they would not include those extra pieces to make the Gelgoog Cannon. These days, it probably would be like a Bandai separate release or something, so, yeah. I really like the Gelgoog Cannon. It's just a shame that in GBO2 here, it just really seems to be a forgotten suit. And, like, you know, even with, like, the Gelgoog, the high mobility type VG, I guess that suit kind of has a bit of a similar function with, like, the shoulder cannon and whatnot, but that suit just feels like it's in a much better place than this one. Even for just being a more standard, like, range general, the VG, just, that suit really has a lot of potential. It's another suit that I hope they really do some sort of buff with, but, like, the Gelgoog Cannon here really needs some type of love. It needs some type of, like, mega buff. The first thing I would definitely do if I was to be the one behind the buff is buff its mobility. This thing is way too slow for no reason. Even the Gelgoog Cannon JN, that one is faster than this one for some reason, even though I feel like the JN has, like, more equipment on it. It has, like, the rocket launcher on the shoulder, which has, like, the ammo. It has, like, the visor. It has, like, more weapons on it. I feel like that suit should realistically be heavier than this one, but I guess not. But yeah, that'd be my first thing. It would definitely be to buff the mobility of the suit. I think it could stand to be faster. I don't know, maybe give it range aux program. I know I suggested that with the Gelgoog high mobility type VG, but I feel like this suit would also benefit from it. But, like, really aside from that, I'm just not sure what else to really do with, like, what else they could really do with the Gelgoog Cannon. Definitely buff that 3-tube missile pod on the left arm. I don't think it really does anything, and if they really want to go crazy with it and make the buckler shield on the right arm an actual shield, I don't think it even has, like, a buffer or anything, so, like, make it some type of buffer. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the match here. We'll see how we did with the Gelgoog Cannon, and try to end this video off on a more positive note than me just kind of trashing this suit. Again, a suit I really don't want to trash because I just like the Gelgoog Cannon, but 5th place with 2 kills and 2 losses. Yeah, 3rd in damage and 2nd in assists, so not really too bad of a match there. And yeah, that's going to do it for the match there. Just some recon drops following here. And again, the Gelgoog Cannon, the suit can really stand to use some type of mega buff. Again, I'm not sure what they could do. The other thing I thought too was, like, if they're not going to give it a Gelgoog beam rifle as, like, a primary, maybe give it, like, a Gelgoog beam rifle sub-weapon, or either, like, some alternate sub-weapon for the missile launcher, like they did with the Uma Lightning Gelgoog. Something like that I think would be kind of cool, but again, I'm not sure what they can do with the Gelgoog Cannon, if they'll do anything with the Gelgoog Cannon, but again, I want to end this on a more positive note. And again, I think the Gelgoog Cannon does have some really neat things going for it. Again, I really like the beam cannon that it has. I just like it's just the satisfaction of, like, hitting a camphor for, like, 5,000 to 6,000 damage. So that's kind of cool. I like the cannon a bit. And I mean, the rocket launcher isn't too bad. I just wish it had some other optional primary or something. But yeah, really, that's all I have to say here. Don't have too much else to say here, so not sure if I'll cover any other Gelgoogs in the future. I guess it just depends what type of matches I get, but yeah, that's going to do it for this video here. I'm going to end it off before I start rambling. Comment down below what you think about the Gelgoog Cannon. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And if that's, I will see you all in the next one. Later.